Is Mashinky the modern transport tycoon we've been waiting for? And yes, we have been waiting. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to Pixels and Platforms Explored, where we dive into retro and retro-inspired transport and train games with fresh eyes and honest first impressions. Today, we're looking at Mashinky, a railway strategy game that blends the classic Tycoon mechanics with a unique sort of rule set and evolving eras. It's part retro love letter, part modern experiment, but it has been in early access for a long time. So, let's dive in. Yes, you guys have been asking for me to do this one for a while, so here we are. Now, I have jumped into the game, done a little bit of the tutorial stuff, just so I know the very basics, but now we're going to start a brand new game and see what I can do and how good it really is. Alright, let's go with the biggest one, because why not, eh? I'm going to leave pretty much all the other settings as default. Just make the map nice and big, because why not? Right then, okay, here we go. First things it's asking me to do is I can change my portrait. Okay, let's see if we can get something that's a little bit... Oh my goodness, is it completely random? There we go. That's probably me in 2 years, so let's do that. Also, I want to change the colours. Let's go with a nice burgundy. Yeah, I like burgundy. Right. Rename the company. Master Hellish. No! It has to be Hellishing. Hellishing. The legitimate corporation behind our evil company. Right. Build the HQ. No, we won't bother with that just yet. Okay, let's get rid of that. Right. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay, so that map looks quite big. Not massive. Like, is my first impression. So we've got some basic quests popping up to tell us how to do certain things. Now, like I said, I have popped into the game and done the basic ones already. So I'm just going to quickly blast through them, and then we'll get started with some actual interesting stuff. Now, one of the immediate things that struck me about this game is how nice it looks, how good the graphics are, how well the camera controls work. You can obviously pivot the camera around the central point, but it's also got a zoom to mouse thing as well, so you can like zoom from here to kind of sort of over there, and it kind of works in a strange sort of way. I like it. And also the two different modes, the standard mode for looking at how beautiful everything looks, and then the construction mode, which has completely different graphics, like everything. Obviously, we've got the familiar-ish sort of isometric view with the way that the tiles and land slope and so forth. And there's like a little mountain over here, but if we switch back again, it's actually rolling hills, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I love this game mode switching feature thing. I think this is fantastic. Why didn't I try this before? But the rest of the game might be terrible, so let's find out. Right, it wants us to do a line between this town and that town, which is terrible because that has like 2 people in it or something like that. So we'll do it just to appease them and get the rewards, but I'll probably not keep it. Right, construction mode. Now I'm going to do a little station. I actually wanted to go that way as well. There we go. Now we've got a little hump here. Bulldozer for both bulldozing and terrain. Not a massive fan. Let's get our railway track. We'll bend it to come along here. Connect it up. Yeah. Now we're going to go down the hill first. Ah, see, I didn't do that. The construction in this is a bit different to what I'm used to, and ideally I want to get the hotkeys right. Okay, so that's going to be for removing. Let's remove a couple of bits there. And then what's track? E. Okay. So we can go from the station. There we go. I made my first line. And then we need a depot. Yeah, let's do it there. Right, so this here is really good because if I haven't done some sort of special tutorial and I can navigate around, that shows good interface design. So at the bottom, there's a load of symbols, and most of it is very intuitive. This pops up when you place the depot, and it says it's a depot, and it's got clear engines, wagons, extensions, and stuff, right? It seems like it's well designed, and I like the style as well. It's almost like an industrial sort of dirty feel to the buttons, but not kind of like a steampunky sort of one. It's very clean. Right, engines. Let's get the cheapest engine. In fact, we can't buy that one because apparently I think it costs wood and we've only got muddy, right? So let's click that. When we do, we get a train in here and we also get a train there, and it shows you where your focus is by like which window is light or not. And then we want to get some carriages for it, some wagons, right? So let's just get 2 little carriages because I don't think we're going to get many passengers. We can always add more later. Now, the good thing about this is that you can do orders and stuff, but if it's a simple line with like 2 stations, you don't need to. It just works. And I kind of like that. I like the option of, I like that simple is easy and complicated stuff requires more effort. That's kind of cool. Right, does the delete key hide everything? Yes! Okay, back to normal mode. Here we are. Trains come into the station, and the graphics of this game, for me, gives a feeling that's kind of a cross between maybe Transport Fever 2 and Manor-Lords, if that makes any sense at all. And the train's on the way. So we can still click the train and still get information. It tells us its speed and the horsepower and how heavy it is. And we've got 16 people on board. Looks like we're going to get 2.5 money. Yes, it's just called money. It's not dollars, not pounds, just money. I kind of like that. Oh, it's telling us to build a depot. I did build a depot already, though. Oh, it's telling me to add wagons. Oh, it's because I didn't buy 3 carriages and I just bought 2. Right. We can choose the reward of money or the reward of planks. Do we get both? Yes. Yes, we do. So we've got some planks, timber, sorry, and we've got some money. I want to increase the amount of carriages on this train. Ah, right, I can send it to depot. So I guess the vehicle has to be in a place where it can access the depot when I do send it there. So I've done the send to depot button. It's depressed. It's like pressed down there. And I think that's where it's going now. Yeah, it didn't load any passengers and it's on its way. Ah, right, okay. Can I just replace without sending it to depot then? Now, this is something that Transport Fever 2 has, where you can just edit a train and it just happens magically without having to go to a depot. And I like that, and I also dislike that. It takes away some of the challenge, which of course takes away some of the reward, but also it simplifies something that can get a little bit tedious. So this, I think, is quite good. So if you're replacing like one thing with another, just one-to-one, you can just do it relatively easily by the looks of it. But if you want to actually modify the vehicle in a more complicated way, it looks like you have to send it to depot. So that seems to be like a nice middle ground. Let's try that. Okay, so the train's deliberately in a place now where it wouldn't be able to directly path to the depot. Let's push it. Let's turn replace off and click go to depot. Let's see what happens. Let's ride the train. That's something that's good in this, isn't it? So looking out the back. Oh, we can go over there and look out the window by the looks of it. Can we nip over here? Ah, yeah, we can see better. Stick our head out the window. Oh, there's Barry. All right, Barry. I mean, obviously, the quality of the graphics in here isn't brilliant. But it's good enough. It's representative, isn't it? This isn't the point of the game. This is like a nice bonus, right? I wonder, is it just going to go to the end of the line and then turn around and go into the depot or not? Right, train's in the depot. If I click on the depot, I see the train there. If I click wagons, then I can just add another one on. Great. Let's add 2. And then what's this do? This will start all the trains that are in there. Brilliant. All the buttons I expect to see in these situations are here. Like deleting all rather than just deleting one. Okay, so the next thing it wants us to do is deliver some logs. So to any sawmill. Right, okay, fair enough. So, forester sawmill, deliver log. What's the topography like? Are we high? Look, this forest is right near a hill. It's quite difficult to see in this view. It's just pretty mode. But if we go into building mode, it's easy to see. Ah, here we go. This is a good sawmill. I like this sawmill. Let's do that one. And we've got a forest over there. Okay, let's just connect those up. So, building, station. I'm going to do max length station. Not sure what's that blue zone? Is that that's a bit weird. I know what that blue thing is. Okay, let's assume that everything's going to be fine, and we'll put a station in there. And then we'll put a station in here as well. Yeah, why is... But we'll see. Track. coming out. I am looking forward to when the railway lines get more complicated, but we'll get to that. All right, let's get a depot in. Engines, standard engine, wagons. We're picking up logs. Ooh, how big shall we make it? Let's go with 4 and see how we go. Oh, and let's send it on its way. All right. So our brand new Enterprise, we're going with wood. Listening to the sounds in the game, I am quite impressed. Like, the movement and the engine noise kind of matches up nicely. One thing that doesn't match brilliantly is the spinning of the wheels compared to the speed of the train. Feels like the wheels might be slipping all the time, but I don't know if that's something that just happens at certain speeds or not. I'm not sure. Right, is this loading up now? Let's have a look. Oh, yes, you can see the little tiny animation of the logs moving around. I love that. That's great. Now, we didn't put any full load orders or anything like that on. I think we should. Let's get some orders going for this train. So we're going to say, add to orders list, go to this station. Then add to orders list, go to that station. But this station, I want to be a full load. And what's this? Wait until fully loaded. Unload. Use this option to dump all cargo from the train. Okay. So for this one, we're going to tell it to... Oh. Okay, so it looks like the actual order to full load isn't on the station. So can I just drag it up there? Yes. There we go. So hopefully next time, it'll go to the station, full load, and then leave. And then presumably here is just like unload. And we probably don't need that, but I'm adding it anyway. Oh, come on, developer. This is so close. There's a brilliant follow mode for the train where you can follow the train, zoom in and out, and rotate round. But if I want to clear my screen to get a really good look and close the train window, it stops following the train. Oh, please, that little tiny change. I'm sure it can be done. Continue to follow a train when the train window is closed. Right, here we go. We've just arrived. All the logs are disappearing. And because I'm fully zoomed in, we don't see any information. Which is kind of good, really, because if you are zoomed... what about if we go to this view? Yes, we can see the logs moving. And we get the planks coming to the station. Now, do I have to deliver them somewhere to get it? Or... I have no idea. Train's going. Train's on its way, anyway. The station actually has planks at it. I don't know what to do with that. Hang on a minute. Why is this one going to the depot? Does it need to service? I'm not seeing any information about why it did that. Oh, is it stuck on that line? Oh, hang on a minute. Vehicle in the way. I think it's stuck on the track. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, we're grommeting the situation now. There we go. Be gone, train. There we go. So there is a depot on the line. Hopefully, that resolves the problem. I wasn't aware there was a problem, but there was a problem. Now, it wants me to have a look at stamps. I had a quick look at these before, and this is something that I kind of wish was in OpenTTD. We can do some junctions and stuff and stations without needing to do, like, absolutely everything, and you can just put it down. I really, really like this. But we need to do a brand new line. So let's do a new line. Let's find a good place near where we are. Okay, what we got over here? 21, nice little town there. And 15... Yes, okay, we're going to do that. Ah, right, we have finally done our passengers. It might have been because the train was stuck, but let's collect our reward, and we're still getting the logs there. We'll use the stamps now for our brand new line. Stamp mode? Stamp mode. And it's saying that we can have clover leaves and junctions and stuff, but there's a terminus here, and there's a terminus for a double. So there's a single terminus for a double line, a double terminus for a double line, and a double terminus for a single line. Obviously, there's more designs out there than that, but let's swap these around like this. And I actually want to make the platform a bit longer. So let's give it an extra space like that. There we go. And can I now go over to station mode and just make them bigger? There we go. Fantastic. So let's have a closer look at what it's actually put down here. So we've got a number of signals, standard and what appears to be chain, right? So in Mashinky, our signals are auto signal. Game will decide where to use a simple block. All right, okay. And then we've also got the auto signal placement. So that's like signals along the line. Okay, so it sounds like the block and chain thing might be similar to the signals in Factorio. By the way, at the moment, we've got a brand new Factorio server going on for our community gaming nights. So come over to the Discord and come over to the Variety channel, my second channel, where we're streaming those on Monday nights. Okay, well, we've got this station in. I'm going to build my own station on the other side. And I'm going to do a single track station to begin with. Now, how well can this just do a big curvy bit? Okay, it's going quite diagonal. I don't want it to go that diagonal. Okay, so that's one side. Now, what can I do here? Let's leave a small gap. And then we'll go from there out. And from there in. That seems to work. It looks like the diagonals are closer together than the non-diagonals. That annoys me slightly, but there's nothing I can do about it. Right, new trains. So, there is a train that goes faster, but it costs more fuel. And it's got more horsepower. Let's get that. There we go. Now, we want to be able to get wagons for it. Coach cars are 22. Yeah, I can afford that. So if I do one more, that's saying 4.7. So we should be in the 5th tile. Right, send it on its way and see how it does. Hopefully, it gets us lots of money. Ooh, that one's nice and shiny. Now, we didn't give this train any orders, so it is just going to go backwards and forwards and do whatever it wants to do. At the station, looks like the coverage of the station isn't great, actually. So, let's look at doing an extension. Right, that adds 2 to the catchment area, that waiting room does. That'd be quite good to have. Oh, yes! Oh, I think we might need that soon. Nice work on the logs there. Fantastic. Right, our passenger transport service is about to come in. I just realised I haven't actually done any signals over here. So I probably should. Let's have a quick look over here. Do we have signals coming out of the platform? No. It looks like the end of the platform has kind of inferred signals. Right, so signal going in. Can we put it there? Yeah, and then signal going out. What about signals along the line? How does this work? Signal block. So if I click here... Okay, it did it. It put signals all the way along the line. I mean, I have no idea how much that cost me. Let's do it over here as well. So if I click on top of that signal, again, it puts signals all the way down the line. How's our train doing? So we're heading back with 36 people on board. Oh, wow, it looks like it's potentially going to make us a lot of money. Nice. Oh, look at that. Progress 99 out of 100. We need one more log. Just one more log. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, and it's on its way back. Okay, we're going to have to wait a little while. I've just realised something. The button to get to your quests and subsidies, so basically your kind of notification page, has a little bird on a branch. It's exactly the same as what is in Settlers 2. And I think it has the same sound effect when something pops up as well. I'll try and keep an eye out for it when it happens. But we are just about to deliver more logs. And I don't know, we've got a train full of 28. We only need one to complete this particular quest. So once this is done, we can claim the reward and see what's next. And now it's saying delivered 200 units of timber to any toolworks. Oh, so now we have to take the timber somewhere. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Now, do we do the same station? I don't think it's appropriate to... Oh, no. Can I link the stations but have it in a different orientation? Is that the same station? That is the same station. Okay. I'm happy with that. There we go. Nice and straight up to here. There it was. Did you hear it? We've got a subsidy thing pop up here. There was a little kind of pigeon notification. We'll get a train. We'll get a basic train. We'll get a wagon. Something that's pulling these plank things. And... let's get it roughly 5 in length and give it some orders. So we're going to tell it to go here. We're going to tell it to full load. Then we're going to tell it to go here and unload. Because that seems to be working well for our logs. So we've got this passenger network down here. This train's currently got 32 people coming. And we have 45 people waiting at the station already. We've got rating 62 good. So our rating's quite good. All the little animations of the people going from the platform onto the carriages. I really like that. That's pretty cool. I want to see how easy it is just to copy a train. So we've got this button here. It had a plus and 2 trains. It says duplicate. So if I click duplicate and click on this train, it comes up here with duplicate train 3. It tells you what it's going to do. There's a little bit of a bug here where some of it's overlapping with the other one. It is early access after all. It tells you what the cost is going to be. And it tells you can share the route list. So that's like a bunch of shared orders or group trains. It depends on what you're used to. So yeah, okay. Boom. And send it out. 2 trains. And we currently now have 5 trains. We need 6 trains. Let's have a proper look at the finances. Here we go. Here's the balance sheet. Right. So infrastructure bought, don't care about that. Vehicles bought, don't care about that. Vehicles fuel, here we go. So we're at minus 23 so far this year, I think. And we've got a loan. We've got a big loan, need to get rid of that. But we've got income from stations, 45. There's the loan. These 2 trains have just crossed paths. 32 people on that train, and there are only 5 people, 6 people waiting there now. Okay, it's... oh, we've got a new subsidy or request or whatever it is. It's a quest. I think it's a quest. So, it's a delivery of coal. It wants to deliver coal. Fine. To any toolworks. Well, it makes sense to deliver it to the toolworks we're working with, right? And do we share this platform? Yeah, I think so. We're just doing 2 different drop-offs. Like this. And then we're going to have to go through the forest. There we go. We're going to need some signals. So let's do a signal going into the station there. And a signal going into the station there. And I think that should do it, right? They can share the platform. Train. Oh, we need a train. We'll go engines. We'll purchase standard engine. We'll get some wagons. We are transporting coal. Looks like there's 2 different sort of coal trucks. And one of them costs planks and one of them costs money. And we have an ample amount of both at the moment, I guess. I know I said a couple, but I feel like maybe 4? Oh, I can only afford 3. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's do some orders. We'll say go to this station. We'll say full load. Then we'll say travel to that station and unload. And off you go. That is our 6th train. We've got platforms that we're sharing. We've got platforms we're not sharing. We've got other things in other parts of the world that I've lost. Oh no, here it is. We've got multi-platforms with multi-tracks. Some of which we did using stamps. And some of it I did myself. And it seems to be working quite nicely. So let's collect our reward for having 6 trains. And we are working on delivery of coal and delivery of timber. They're both coming in. Oh, we've got a complaint. We've got trains that can't find tracks and stuff. So train 4's saying I can't find a track, but it should be able to just turn left here. Is it because you can't go through the back of a signal? Right, okay. I've broken the world. Oh, no. But it's got a signal saying it can leave. Oh, hang on. It says double click to two-way signal. Hang on a minute. Let's remove this signal. Not the track. Yep. Ah. So that's one way. That's two-way. One way. Two-way. Are we okay now? Train? Start again? Oh dear, what have I done? This switch might be too close, so first things first, let's reverse this train. So we can't remove that piece there, the train's in the way. So let's remove that. Get this train going. There we go, right. Now start. Okay, the train is now going. I wonder if you put a switch right next to a station, whether that's the problem, but I'll find out in a second. Let's put this back. Let's remove that track there. Let's relay this, but just like one bit further down the line, or maybe 2 bits. It does become a lot quicker when you get the hang of the keyboard shortcuts. So now let's put a double signal there, a double signal there. And if we just leave that, does it go wrong again? Oh, we've got a message from somebody. Hello, I'm contacting you and your company because I need help. I own the forest that was badly hit in a recent storm. All right, lots of our trees were knocked down, and I've negotiated with a few sawmills to sell the logs quickly. All right, okay. Don't know how to move the logs. We've got some people, no transport, help. Right, so both train 4 and train 6 are now coming back into this section. Those arrows around those signals, they look correct. I'm just wondering if we need a signal between the platform and the points. I think we will do. That might have been the problem. But let's find out. Let's see if we can find where it is. Max speed. Shooting down the line. There we go. So we've come up to the signal. And we're stopping here, and the other train's in the station. And if we go into building mode... Yeah, okay. I think it was just that the junction was so close to the station, it was struggling. We don't need the signal. We just need a little gap between the station and the actual switch track itself. Yep, there we go. Trains are moving as expected now. Fantastic. That's taken some time for the train to accelerate, actually. Right, let's go and sort out this timber. Yes, okay. We get some track out of there. Oh, I'm still in station mode. There we go. There's the track I wanted. Hopefully, a train going backwards and forwards here will probably just be fine. So, new engine, get the train, get the wagon. We're picking up planks. Let's make this train only 3 long, because it seems like they get really slow if you make them too long. Orders, obviously, default, but let's put full load orders in, because it just seems to be efficient, right? I don't know if that train's going to do the job by itself, or whether we're going to have to do something else to complete this challenge by the beginning of 1934. Now, something that I've been completely ignoring are these buttons down in the corner here. We've got a button here that gives all of our trains in a nice little list, which is really cool. We've got no orders, and we've got our depots, our industry list. Look at this. Nice big industry list. But no way... Oh, there is vehicle construction. I completely ignored vehicle construction. Wow, we can have vehicles. Maybe that's something for another day. I'm sticking with trains for now. Okay, we are delivering coal. So far, we are about a quarter of the way through our coal thing, halfway through our timber thing, and we are actually working on the deforestation. Nice! We need to expand our stations to cover the towns more so that we can get a better coverage. So a waiting room increases catchment by 2 squares. So if we rotate that and put a rate... so instead of just being whatever it is now, because we don't see that, it would expand out and catch that other line of houses as well. So let's put that waiting room in. I think, what's the coverage down here of this station? Yeah, look, there we go. The coverage of this isn't great, but if we expand it, we're going to get a little bit more on that side. So let's extend. It's going to cost us oh, we haven't got 100? Oh, we've got relatively low money at the minute. Here we go. Signals are up. Trains are passing each other. Railway networks working well. There's a lot more people waiting at this station now. We've got 96 people waiting. What is the capacity of our train? 60. Ah, right. I think we need another one. Let's clone this train. And we haven't got enough money. Oh, of course we haven't got enough money. We've nearly got enough money, but not quite. We could probably borrow more, but we'll be all right. One of our trains just pulled into the station. It says it's got 26 money's worth of stuff on board. And yes, money is coming in left, right, and centre. We can afford our extra train. Now, to get these trains to, like, actually spread out properly, I'm going to change their orders a little bit. Let's jump in here. Now, they haven't got any orders. So, hopefully, giving them orders won't break anything. So, the first thing I'm going to tell them is come to this station. We're going to full load. Then we're going to tell them to go down the line to this station, unload or unload, and then go back again. Fingers crossed that will just work as it is. Right, let's see what the situation is at this particular quest down here. So we've got one train going backwards and forwards. There's 29 logs waiting. We can carry 21. I feel like we need more than one train. What I'm going to do is add a second platform. And we're going to move the depot, actually, as well. So let's bulldoze the depot. And we will do a little connection like this. What I was thinking is that I could just come in here and do a double signal thing. And that should just be fine. So if I borrow just enough to get another train. Let's borrow loads. Get the train and then repay. Because I don't know how much I'm going to need. We'll clone that train. And we'll share it. Oh, not the track. Not bendy track. Normal track. Okay. Track's in. Train stopped for some reason. Oh, is it because these signals are one directional? Right. Do they need to be bidirectional? Let's fix that as well. So, signals. Click on them there. Click on them there. Oh my goodness, what's going on with you, train? Oh no, we need to solve this before the other train gets here. You should be able to just carry on. Reverse. Start. Reverse. Oh, here we go. Okay. The train's moving. I think we're going to be okay. Where's the other train? The other train's on its way, but I think we might be alright. Yeah, those signals look like they should be okay now. Yes, this looks like it's working fine now. So this will go yellow in a second, or green. Yeah. Yeah, got it. Got it. Don't need any tutorial telling me how to do signals. I can figure it out myself. Eventually. Actually, it might make sense to add the depot in over here. Yes, let's do that. So, build mode, delete the depot, remove this track, and... not that track, this track. Right, there we are. Depot's in. Signal in there, I think. Yeah, that looks okay to me. The cross is a bit wonky, but I kind of like that. I like that the cross is on one side because it's away from the depot. Right, what have we got? Build a depot extension. Okay, now that you have enough money, you can build your first extension to the depot. Or click on the depot and then click the extension tab. Okay. Let's have a look at that. Depot. Locomotive works. What does that do? Bigger, faster, and more powerful steam locomotives are designed to be produced here. Ah, right, okay. So if we stick that on the back, is there a kind of front to it? There is. Let's put it on the side, shall we? There we go. We've got a locomotive works there now. So in theory, if I come in here and look at the engine... Oh, we've got a whole load... More engines. More engines. Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, I don't want any of them, but there we go. I really, really like the arrows around the signals. It explains things really well, really simply. The different symbols, the colours, brilliant. Love it. There we go. So that one's loading now. The other train's coming in. It's going to choose the other platform. Come into full load. The other one's on its way. Nice. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, how we're doing down here. We've actually got 3 trains going crazy down here. And we're full loading with trains that can carry 60 passengers. And that seems to work brilliantly because we had one train coming in as the other one was leaving. And if you keep that happening, that's usually a good sign in these games. So here we go. This train's at 50, 57. The other train's coming in. 58, 60, and now it's leaving as the other one's unloading. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we've done our timber one. We can collect our reward. And we've also done our coal one. We can collect our reward for that. Now, what we've got here, we've got time to progress. And it's telling us we need to build at least 3 station extensions. Add it onto the station. That's 1. That's going to be good for us. Yeah, go for it. We'll have a restaurant over here. I was just thinking, actually, is there another forest nearby where we can get even more logs in? And yes, there is. There's this forest here. Let's do that. We've got a little bit of money, and we can just do a very simple station from here down to this one, apparently. Is that the same station? No, that counts as a separate station. I do not want that. If I remove that station, can I add station here? Yes, I can. So then in theory I can put station... Station is too large. Oh, it's just outright too large? Ah. Okay, well maybe we need a station extension then. Signal box increases the maximum size of a station. That's what we need, and it's going to cost us 150, and it will complete our time to progress, and then we can get the logs in. Fantastic. Right, after a short amount of time, I now have money for my signal box. I'm going to put the signal box in this way. That should allow me to extend my station how I want to. So we'll put the extra platform in. Oh, I can actually have them longer as well. That'll do. And then I can connect that up to my other wood supply. This station over here. Don't forget the depot. Yeah. Right. There's the depot. Basic engine again. Basic wagons again. Let's make it 5 long though. And we shouldn't need to do anything in terms of orders. Although, I will do orders so we full load. So go here. Full load. Then go down to this place. And then that should be an unload. Nice, okay. Now, that signal box means that we have a reward. It looks really quite cool. I like that. Nice little signal box. They can come out, check all the different platforms. We get, wow, both wood and money, timber and money. Nice. The deforestation's going well. There's an opportunity here. Deliver iron ore and coal to a foundry. Is there any foundry? Oh, hang on a minute. Have we got new industries popping up? We've got new industries popping up. Okay, so one of the complaints I actually had that I was going to voice was I felt it was a little bit limited in complexity. but it just seems that it introduces the complexity as it goes. Look, we've got mail and all sorts. Oh, this is brilliant. This is good. Right, we need iron ore and coal to any foundry. Right, let's see what we got round here. So we need a foundry in this area. What is that? Is that a foundry? That's a foundry. That's iron ore. There's coal over there. We got any more coal nearby? There's some coal over here. Right. Ho ho. Okay. Let's do this a little bit different. I feel like a time lapse coming along. Okay, here we go then. So I have a new route in with a couple of new engines. It's coming to the foundry. We've got iron ore coming in one way, and we've got coal coming in the other. The iron ore train's just arrived, and our coal train's just about to arrive too. I used a couple of new engines, and I think we're going to be alright on the rewards down here. So you can see we've already delivered 110, 115, 120 units of iron ore. That one's going good, and the coal line is just about to come in as well. Now there's another one down here to deliver like timber and iron to a ruined church. Now the ruined church is here, okay, which is fine. It's actually at one of our stations, so presumably we can just drop it in there. That's the good news. The bad news is it's an extremely long way for our iron to go. I guess let's try and do that as well. So let's add another platform. And we're going to go on quite a long journey, I think. Now, we're going to have to get the iron out of here. Now, let's use the same line. So let's get another platform in. And we're going to... Ooh... We've got a slope here that's not the best, so let's do that, right? And we'll need some signals in there. We'll need dual signals here and dual signals there and there. That'll be fine. And then we're going to borrow this stretch of land. This depot's in the way. Oh, God, the depot's in the way. And once we come off this line, let's go out in like this direction. And we're going to need some signals around here. So double signal there, right? And then that should work, maybe. Now I've got to connect that line and that line together, which isn't too bad actually. There's a lot of flat land around here, so let's come straight out of there. And straight out of here. This is probably the longest line I'm ever going to build to avoid that hillside. Although, actually, we just missed it. Okay, fine. That's good. Do I get money back for this? Let's have a look. If I delete that, does money go up or down? It goes up. Good, I got my money back. We're going to need a depot down here as well. Put it in there, get a piece of track to connect these two bits. That might do it, actually. We'll just do that. It's probably going to be fine. Let's get some iron delivered. Right, brand new engine. We'll go with the one that can go much faster than all the others. We've got the money for it. We need to deliver the iron. We'll get the bigger train. We'll get rid of that one because it's too long. Delete the carriage. Give it the orders. So we're going here. We're full loading. And then we're going all the way down this line. All the way down to here. That's a long way to go. Are we going to do brand new timber route, or are we going to grab some timber from over here? You know what? We could grab it from over here. Yeah, let's do that. Here we go, here we go. Here. And we're going to come out to there. And can I go from here to there? I can. Right. In which case, double signals there. Double signals here and here. And we get a new train to take Oh, hang on. Is that... Yeah, that is timber. Orders! Going to go down to this station. Full load. And then all the way along this shared line. Oh my goodness, that's a very long shared line. We're probably going to have to do something about that. And unload here. Okay, we've got a lot of line sharing going on. Maybe we can put some passing places in with some stamps, right? So there's a junction with stuff here. It can't do it on the diagonals. And of course we have a massive diagonal. Okay, let's put one in. Is it long enough? That's not long enough. Let's put it in anyway. And then fix it. To there. Move that bit. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's long enough, right? Then, can we template that? Can we use a stamp? So, stamps, create new. Drag over that. And this is passing place. Okay, so then I do have my own stamp. Right. So I can rotate it and put it in here. There we go. We've got a pass in place. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Right, let's turn you around. And hopefully that'll resolve something. So I have an extra signal which caused that problem, I think. So we need a pass in place on the diagonal. Let's build some of them in. And then signals. So we'll have one going this way. That way. And that way. Then we'll get a new stamp. Now, this is probably going to have to be a really weird one, right? So this is a pass in place for diagonals. Now, can I do that down here now? Yes. Put a few passing places in. Okay, so we've got 3 passing places in there. We've got 1 passing place in there. I can turn this around and put one in here. And it seems like we're okay now. So that train moves out of that block, which frees up this section for the next train to go. Okay. Then that train moves into the next block, which frees up this section for the next train to go. Yeah, okay. Then all of these trains are coming down here. One of them has disappeared to the far end. This one's coming down. So now can these guys go past each other? Yes, okay. Right, so 1 train in, delivering the steel. And does that count towards our church? Yes, it does. Oh, no, iron, sorry. Delivering iron. And then that train's waiting here for the next one, which is not far behind. That works quite nicely, actually. I like that. And there's the wood going in as well. Now that the passing places are in, this is working. Well, I think it's fair to say that I am really enjoying this game so far. And I know I've only really scratched the surface, but that's the point of these videos. The first impressions. I must admit, I've been pleasantly surprised by Mashinky. The interface is quite well laid out, and it's intuitive. The graphics are mostly very good, and in the places where it isn't, they could just be placeholders. It is early access still. after all. The tile construction mode works really well and solves so many problems. It gives you the best of both worlds, the clarity and accuracy when building, but then when you're out of that mode, you get the beauty of the trains and the world and the transport around you. The signals, I think, are well implemented. They're clear to use, and they have a good level of complexity without making it too easy. I think the vehicles look good, and the game progression is really good as well. It has a nice sense of scaling, and it's really nice to see that stamp feature as well, just so that you can reuse bits on your network and not necessarily have to do small repetitive tasks. It's not all brilliant. I mean, I feel it might be a little bit too easy, but perhaps that's something I could have tweaked in the game settings. And there are a few fixes and a bit of polishing and finishing needed, but overall, I don't really have many complaints about the game. And most importantly, I want to play more. Now, it's not very often in this series that I do another video on the same game, but I think in this case, we're gonna have to, because I haven't even touched multiplayer yet. So watch out for that video coming in the future, get subscribed if you're not already, and get those notifications turned on so you don't miss out. If you want to see more Mashinky, maybe going to get some tutorials or challenges or let's plays, make sure you hit that like button so that I know that you're interested in this particular game and you want to see more. If you've got any thoughts, ideas or questions, put them down in the comment section and I will see you soon. That's going to be all for now, and until I see you next time, goodbye.